There are two completely different ways to get a work visa in France, and picking the wrong one could cost you months of extra waiting. One route requires your employer to prove through a formal labor market test that literally no French or EU candidate could fill your job. The other route skips that test entirely and can be approved in as little as 30 days. My name is Vincent, and in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how France's work visa system works in 2026, the routes available, the real salary thresholds, the process, and how to make sure you're applying under the right category from the start. Let's get into it. Let's start with the fundamental split, because it shapes everything else. France's work visa system essentially divides into two philosophies. The talent passport track, France's flagship route for skilled professionals, researchers, and founders, treats you as valuable enough that your employer doesn't need to justify hiring you over a local candidate. The standard route, called the Salarié Visa, is built around protecting the domestic labor market, meaning your employer generally has to prove they couldn't find a suitable French or EU candidate first. Which one you qualify for comes down almost entirely to your salary and qualifications. Get this categorization right from the outset, and you're looking at a genuinely efficient process. Get it wrong, and you can add months of unnecessary delay. The talent passport, formally restructured under France's Loi Immigration in January 2024, is the route most skilled non-EU professionals should be aiming for if they qualify. Within it, the category most salaried employees fall under is Talent Qualified Employee, and as of the 2026 threshold, this requires a minimum gross annual salary of around 39,500 euros, along with either a permanent contract or a fixed-term contract of at least 3 months with an employer established in France. You'll typically need a master's degree or equivalent, though employees hired by officially recognized innovative companies have some flexibility here. Sitting above that is the EU Blue Card, now integrated directly into the Talent Passport framework as its own subcategory following the 2023 transposition of EU migration rules. This requires a notably higher salary, around 59,000 euros gross annually as of the 2026 threshold, along with a higher education qualification of at least 3 years or 5 years of comparable professional experience if you don't have the degree. The trade-off for that higher salary bar is real: faster access to permanent residence, and after just 12 months of blue card employment in France, the ability to transfer to another EU country under simplified rules. Beyond these two, the talent passport also covers intra-company transfers for employees moving between subsidiaries of the same corporate group, researchers on hosting agreements with French institutions, and business founders and investors, all of which we've actually covered in more depth in a separate video on France's investment residency routes, worth checking out if that's your specific situation. The genuinely attractive feature across every talent category, it functions as a work permit on its own. If you're on a salaried talent track, you do not need a separate work permit. The residence permit itself is your legal right to work. If your salary or qualifications fall below the talent thresholds, you'll typically be looking at the Standard Salarié Visa, the Visa de Long Séjour pour Travailleurs Salariés. This is the route most non-EU workers without an advanced degree or a high salary end up using, and the core requirement is a confirmed employment contract with a French employer, generally for at least 12 months, with a gross salary that at minimum meets France's national minimum wage, the SMIC, around 1,910 euros per month as of January 2026. The defining difference here is the labor market test, managed through DREETS, the Regional Labor Authority. Your employer has to post the position on France's official job platforms, France Travail or APEC, for a minimum advertising period of 3 weeks and demonstrate that no suitable French or EU candidate applied. This process alone typically adds 2 to 4 weeks before your visa application can even begin. The salaried permit is initially issued for just 1 year, renewable annually, and after 2 years, you become eligible to apply for a multi-year residence card, a noticeably slower trajectory than the 4-year talent passport granted up front. Regardless of which route applies to you, the process runs in 2 connected stages: your employer's authorization first, then your visa application. For talent passport hires, your employer submits documentation through the ANEF Employ portal, supporting either your qualifications or the innovative economic contribution of your role. And there's genuinely good news here for 2026. Talent passport applications processed through this portal are guaranteed within 30 days, with no labor market test required at all. For standard salaried roles, after the labor market test concludes, your employer completes a formal CETFA form through the same ANEF Employ portal. This employer-side authorization stage typically takes 2 to 4 weeks for talent applicants, but stretches longer, often 4 to 8 weeks, for standard roles once the labor market test period is factored in. Once your employer's authorization comes through, you submit your visa application on the official France Visa's website, book an appointment at your nearest consulate or authorized visa center, and provide biometric data, fingerprints, and a photo. You'll need your passport valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay, academic or professional qualification certificates, your signed employment contract matching exactly what your employer submitted, and proof of accommodation in France. That last point about matching documents is worth emphasizing. A mismatch between your employment contract details and your permit application, even something as small as a job title discrepancy, is one of the most common rejection triggers immigration lawyers see. Total processing time genuinely varies by category. Talent passport hires can move through in as little as 4 to 10 weeks all in, with France Visa even running a fast-track service at several priority consular posts, including London, New York, San Francisco, Singapore, and Mumbai, that can return decisions in 5 to 10 working days. Standard salaried applications, factoring in the labor market test, typically run closer to 10 to 13 weeks, so build that buffer into your planning if you're on this route. Landing in France with your visa approved isn't the final step. Within 3 months of arrival, you must validate your visa online through the ANEF platform and pay the OFII fee, around €200 for talent passport holders or €269 for standard salaried permits. This validation step is a strict legal requirement. Skipping it puts you in irregular resident status even though your visa was properly approved. OFII may schedule a medical appointment as part of this process, though following 2024 procedural changes, this is now optional in most cases rather than automatic. For employers, there's a cost worth knowing about too. Sponsoring companies pay an OFII tax equal to 55% of the employee's first month's gross salary, capped at around €2,500 for higher earners, a cost that factors into how French companies budget for international hires. On costs specifically, the consular visa fee itself runs around €99 as of 2026, and the VLSTS validation fee adds another roughly €300 under this year's finance law. Add the OFII fee on top, and total government charges for a talent passport applicant land somewhere in the €400 to €600 range, before any legal or relocation assistance costs. Family inclusion is genuinely one of France's strongest selling points here. Eligible spouses and dependent children can accompany you under a talent family permit, and spouses generally receive unrestricted access to the French labor market without needing a separate work authorization of their own, a meaningfully more generous setup than several comparable European programs, where accompanying spouses often face their own bureaucratic hurdles before they can work. Let's close with the mistakes immigration lawyers see most often. The single biggest one, applying under the wrong category, particularly assuming you need the standard salaried route with the labor market test when your salary and qualifications actually clear the talent passport threshold. This alone can cost you months of unnecessary delay and process complexity. Second is document mismatches between your employment contract and your visa application, which is a routine rejection trigger. Third is starting too late. Immigration specialists consistently recommend building in a minimum 6-week buffer for talent passport hires and 10 to 13 weeks for standard salaried roles, starting the process at least 3 months before your intended start date. And fourth, missing that post-arrival OFII validation window, which technically nullifies your legal resident status even after a fully successful visa approval. So here's the practical takeaway. France's work visa system in 2026 genuinely rewards skilled, well-qualified applicants with a fast, streamlined path through the talent passport, while standard roles below those salary thresholds face a slower, more bureaucratic process built around protecting the domestic labor market. Know which category you actually qualify for before your employer starts the paperwork, and this becomes a very manageable process. If this was useful, subscribe for more visa breakdowns like this one, and let me know in the comments which country's work visa system you want me to cover next.